Welcome, welcome to Freaked Out with your psychic medium host, Liz. That is me, in case you guys don't know that already. Today, we are covering the future. And I'm not talking about tomorrow, I'm talking way into the future. And we're going to cover 25 years into the future, 50 years into the future, and 100 years into the future. Today's video, though, will be specifically for 25 years into the future. And I am so excited to share everything I see. And yeah, you guys are going to enjoy this. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with your friends because they need to see this too. And if you do have questions about the future that I have not answered on this video for the next 25 years, please drop those comments in the comment section. And if I have enough of them, I'll make an entire video about it. Now, before we begin, I did want to let you know that the next video I'll be making is Life After Death Part 2. This one will be in relation to reincarnation and everything that comes along with it. I recently reposted a video about what's going to happen over the next 100 years. I was kind of vague in the video in the sense of like saying that this will happen between the next 20 to 100 years. So people are like, wait, 100 years for this, that, and the other? I just meant over time. So now I want to break it down a little bit further. And where else should I start but with AI? For those of you who do not know what AI is, it is exactly this: artificial intelligence. And this topic is one big one because AI is quite literally going to take over the world, good and bad, but it's all going to be happening pretty rapidly. And although I see things developing heavily over the next 25 years, but I keep seeing our timeline shifting. So this could happen as early as 5 to 10 years from now as well. Now, don't get me wrong. I am aware that there are robots out there. There are sexy time bots. There's a bunch of things out there, but we have yet to have a real life robot. And I'm telling you guys, this is going to be the way of the future, and it's going to be crazy. So let's get started. I am talking about full-blown body doubles, take your kids to work bots, being the babysitter, being the emotional support, a therapist, a doctor, a lawyer. It is really going to push humans to being lazier in life, but also not overworking our bodies too. And although there's going to be a lot of scary things that happen with AI, there's also going to be a lot of good things that happen with AI as well. The first thing that's happening, and it's happening now, is that us as a society, human beings, we are struggling to trust each other. Eventually, and I think this is closer to the 25-year mark, we're going to no longer have a government where it is completely human. We're going to have government officials that are AI. And I believe that there will be people there to step in when things are glitching or problematic, but ultimately AI is going to decide what is best for every country. There will be some great things that it could help us figure out, like when it comes to the weather, kind of fixing all of that. We'll get into that a little bit later on, but I see that AI is going to help us stop hurting our Earth. Being more user-friendly, not using electricity as heavily, relying on the sun for things. There's going to be a lot of really cool things to, make the world a physically better place. Now, with that being said, you can only imagine how humans are going to react. They can't even handle people being transgender. So you can only imagine how people will freak out about robots stepping in and doing some of our jobs in a bigger way. And transgender and gay and any issues people have with each other will be secondary to robots and robots wanting to have rights as well, because that will also happen. So let's talk about where this will start. It'll start off in celebrity status world, of course. We will have our zillionaires, because that's what's coming next, coming forward, bringing this up, showing people, and then basically passing out a lot of these robots to the celebrities. And of course, the celebrities are going to take to social media to share all the details about these robots. And then, of course, many people are going to want them. We're going to talk about this. I do not recommend anyone jumping on the robot boat until we've at least gotten through 3 prototypes. So prototype 1 will be what celebrities have, and I highly recommend not to go after the robots right away, because prototype 1 is not going to be a good option. I keep seeing prototype 1 going into the military, going into, being a cop, doing jobs that may risk, human lives. And I feel like that's going to be one of the bigger directions. And then, of course, it's going to stumble into the celebrities' laps as well. I keep seeing that this robot is going to hurt this celebrity. Now, let's keep in mind, this is going to be a very young female, very naive, very misled. A lot of people do not like her. She's not someone currently on the roster. She'll be in her 20s at that time, and she's very controversial. But she is going to obtain this robot. And then, well, she might abuse her powers with the robot, may do mods, may do things to mess with it. Of course, never sharing any of that information with us. And I see an untimely death. In that moment, that is going to cause a divide. People are going to be all about robots, and people are going to hate on robots because of this specific situation that happens. Prototype 1 will eventually be pulled from all shelves, but whilst all that happens, that's when prototype 2 will come out. I keep seeing that prototype 1 will not necessarily look a lot like us. But I am seeing that prototype 2 will be a lot more like us, but they will only come in female bodies. I keep seeing the name Molly. So it's very possible that this prototype will be called like a Molly. More so just to kind of suggest that they're a maid, you know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe I'm picking up there. Now, this prototype 2 will be a much better version than prototype 1. They will remove all of the options for dangerous things to happen with these robots to humans. And this robot will specifically take our kids to school, clean our homes, go to the mailbox, drive our cars, grocery shop for us. Like, they will do just about anything that we need. I do feel that there will be a lot of glitches with this particular prototype, and they will shut down, break down a lot. They won't last as long. They will have to continuously keep getting consistent maintenance. There will be people that try to hack these systems, and some will get through, which will give people access to seeing into our homes, which is another reason I highly recommend waiting at least until prototype 3 comes out. Now, prototype 3 is going to be incredible. They are going to be very lifelike. They will look just like us. They will come in many shapes and sizes. If you want a tall one, if you want a short one, if you want a chubby one, if you want a skinny one, it is genuinely up to you. The more modifications, the higher the price will be. But this particular robot will save us a lot of money in the long run. They are going to help children, children with disabilities, adults with disabilities, elderly people needing assistance in their home. They will replace nurses and people that are, breaking their back to lift clients and put them in beds and help them here and there. This robot will do all of that. It will be there to assist humans. It will not be there to take over humans completely. We will have jobs to make sure they're doing everything correctly, making sure nothing goes wrong. That will be what our jobs will be, basically running the robots in each and every one of these fields. They will be doing medical procedures. I know we have robotic things happening now, but these robots will be the ones doing these procedures. And we'll have doctors there to assist these robots, but the robots will be able to go for long periods of time, thus giving those humans breaks. We are not going to all lose our jobs. Let's just get that clear. There will be other jobs, mostly us running these robots. And yes, we'll still have acting and we'll still have lawyers, we'll still have this, that, and the other, but it's not going to be as intense as it is now. We are overworked as humans, and these robots are going to be there to help us so that we can accomplish everything we need. Now, these robots cannot be hacked or modded or anything along those lines. And if that does happen, let's just say someone hacks through the system, they will automatically send a signal to the robot cops, and the robot cops will basically go to your home, pick you up, and throw you in jail. There is audio, there's visual, like these robots, if they're being hacked, they'll be able to turn into themselves and make a camera directly to you where you are at, where you're hacking them, and they will know your information instantly. There's also going to be, I don't even want to call it a human lie detector test because it's not. It's like a confirmation of a lie. So humans will no longer be able to lie about murder, about, rape, about stealing, whatever the case may be. If we ever get caught in anything, and a robot will be able to confirm 100% if we are lying, if we humans are lying or not lying. And they will also not be able to lie either. Now, like everything else, these robots will feel and have emotions, and although programmed, will still feel things. They will also feel like they're being used, in a sense, to do all the manual hard labor that we no longer want to do and will want rights. And there will be people out there that do not want these robots to have rights for any reason. It'll be pretty wild when we get to that point. But from what I can see, there will be a big change between the 25-year mark to the 50-year mark. And we'll talk about that on the next video. So here are some questions you guys had for me when it came to anything happening over the next 25 years. Again, another AI. Will AI surpass human intelligence? I believe that we're already kind of there. A lot of robots, a lot of AI are already more intelligent than, let's say, the average person. There will still be humans that are genius, that are incredibly intelligent, but these robots will in fact surpass us on technology and intellect. So yes, definitely. Will AI become a core part of the government, law, and healthcare? And the answer is yes. Government will be the first thing that happens. Healthcare will be the second. And then the third thing will be the legal system. The legal system will be the last piece of it because there's a lot involved. But yeah, we are going to be able to figure things out very quickly in the world, and guilty, not guilty won't happen unless you're genuinely guilty or not guilty. It's good in a sense, but it's also bad in a sense. You know what I mean? It's good that we'll catch the bad people, but it's bad that we might be putting people in a jail cell that are hungry or, stole something because they didn't have this, that, or the other. It's going to be one of those things that'll be a fine line. But yeah, I do see us stepping into this new reality with these bots. And of course, will they be emotional support? They will be our therapists. They will be in our lives. Like they'll be a family member. Some people will get 2 bots. Some people will get 3 bots. Everyone will really benefit from this that want to benefit from it. I also keep seeing, but this is like way, way, way into the future, that we will have human robot hybrids. No idea how that's going to happen, but it will at some point. It'll also be able to tell you crazy things just on facial recognition. So you know how we use fingerprints a lot? We're not going to need to do that anymore. The facial recognition will be so advanced. It will be able to pick up our blood type, who our biological parents are, who our children are, what kind of health issues we have. If we're going to the doctors now and they can't figure out what the hell the issue is, this robot will be able to figure and pinpoint and help you, even if it's a very rare issue. Transgender people will be more accepted into the world. Congratulations. It's only going to take robots to get there. It'll be interesting because once we get to the point where the robots do come into our lives, there really won't be a lot of laws set. There will be rules. There will be things in the manual that you are not supposed to do. And of course, people will test the limits, but I feel like there won't be any laws until something happens. And there will be humans that are trying to hurt robots or break them or torture them or do whatever they need to do. It's maddening, but we will get to points like that from prototype 1 and 2. Alrighty, will our jobs exist? What jobs will exist? Well, like I had said earlier, we will work side by side with robots. They will do the physical issues, the things that we cannot physically do or are difficult to do, but we still will be working, just side by side. Will that change in 50 years? Possibly. There will be actors and actresses and doctors. So yes, new jobs will come in and around the robot era, and also other jobs of things like the robots can't do. For instance, water will be a big significant piece. They will not be able to get into water, at least for the first 25 years that I see them. And that will prevent any sort of lost jobs when it comes to anything water related. And there are other things too, like going into space. They might assist, but they won't be in charge of that. Now, will climate change reverse or become catastrophic? And as of right now, it looks like it's heading into a catastrophic place, and that's scary. No, it's not going to happen tomorrow, but it's definitely something to deal with for the next few years. With that being said, I do see that AI, and that will happen over the next couple of years, will give us options and ideas and suggestions of things we can do to help heal the world. Some people will not engage in helping heal the world, but a lot of people will. And I do see that there will be some improvements, so we can fix things. I also see that I know we've got a break in the ozone layer. There's going to be some robots to try to assist and fix that too. We've got a lot of things happening that will give us instant information of like tornadoes or fires. And I see robots being the ones to go out there and, help us in situations. They'll even be able to reverse the effects of a tornado in the sense of giving it what it needs so that it dies down a lot faster. So yeah, I am pretty happy about what is to come. As long as we all follow suit, we should be good to go. Will humans live on Mars or the moon? That's a difficult question to answer. I see that there's going to be a lot of fighting happening over the next 25 years as to where we as humans are going to go if the world gets dangerous. I'm not seeing anything associated with Mars at the moment, but I keep seeing another planet, something that looks very similar to Earth. And there also already may be life on that planet. And we will have to cohabitate with another planet, which is ironic since we want to remove illegals. But anyway, it's going to be interesting. But I do see that we will eventually have the option to go to other planets, more so even vacationing. We will try to barter and obtain our own piece of this huge planet that is at least the size of like 10 to 12 Earths. So we will all be able to go there and live very easily. Uh, It'll be interesting. We'll have somebody building things, but it's going to take a long, long time. So I don't think we'll quite hit that in the 25-year mark. Will relationships and family structure be the same? Good question. So yes, people will still have love and marriage, but remember how I said people will not be able to lie anymore. Cheating will not be able to happen. And if it does, well, things will go awry very quickly. We'll be able to know things a lot easier. Although it seems like family structure will continue to carry on, I do see a limitation on how many children you can have. I think they'll put a limit on like 4 kids. Will we be able to get away from like the deep fake stuff going on? Absolutely. This is the part that I'm very excited about. People will not be able to put out bullshit into the world without the real whole world knowing that it's fake information. There will be like warnings like, this is not real. Don't listen to this. Don't do that. Like there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to be able to debunk deep fakes, and frauds will not be able to take over and manipulate us. Oh, and a lot of the billionaires and the zillionaires that I see in the future, there's a lot of coming with them. I feel a lot of billionaires going down, down, down. Money, the amount of money we have, I don't see that being as significant as it is right now. Thank God. Will diseases be cured? Pharma don't want to bring it, and I agree. There are cures, but I also believe that the cures that are out there are limited to certain people. I see that not only will we be able to obtain cures for like cancer, Alzheimer's, even depression and addiction, there's going to be an easier way to help people with diseases. Our robots, our AI robots will be able to physically fix our issues, scan us every day to make sure that we're still healthy and our children are healthy. And I feel like that side of things will get to a much better place. And I feel like people will actually be able to live a lot longer. I see people celebrating their 130th birthday because we're just going to continue to keep providing care and helping people. And a lot of our bones and skin and hair, we're going to have all sorts of different transplants. And yes, this is within the next 25 years. Will privacy exist? Privacy will exist for the people that follow along with the rules. And I don't mean psychotic rules either. Everyone will have freedom of enjoyment, except for those who have caused a lot of problems. And I mean unalivings, registered sex offenders, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of bad people that will not have privacy, have access to privacy. We as a society will, instead of, let's say, being able to have a predator in the area, anyone that has been claimed as a predator will have to go to like a predator island. They'll be all living in the same area, not able to come anywhere near our children. Sex trafficking rings will no longer exist, which will be crazy, and that will hurt the millionaires and billionaires of the world because a lot of them have involvement in all of that. What will education look like? That is also a really good question. I know that there will be a lot of kids learning from home, but I do see a classroom setting, and I see that we'll be able to have cameras to see things that are happening with our child, even be able to zoom in on our children. Now, we won't be able to see other people's kids, thank God, but I see that our children will be able to go to school and feel safe. Now, who will be teaching them? I believe teachers will still be around, but I see that the teachers' assistants, aka the robots, will be the one doing all the heavy lifting. And children, I see that right now we've got a lot of things happening with disciplining children in school and all this crazy nonsense. None of that will happen. And behaviors will be changed. Behavioral issues will be dealt with a lot differently. But yes, you will have all different types of schooling. And if you decide to do the VR type of schooling, your children will be able to interact with other kids. They will try to make it as social as they possibly can. Will religion evolve or decline? Oh boy. Okay, how about this? Religion is already declining as it carries on. There are some very strong locations that have very strong faith when it comes to any sort of connection to religion, but I do see religion fading. There will be a lot of people that are going to come forward, including those that are currently helping with the AI side of things, that will be able to debunk a lot of things that were said in Bibles. And a lot of people are going to question all of that. Now, of course, there are going to be some really crazy religious people out there, cults still out there, but it'll be less and less, and a lot of people will see straight through them. Because again, we will not be able to get away with lies. So culty people will find each other and just stick with each other and not be able to pull other people into it. Will the WWE still be around? Yeah, I feel like they will be. They'll still have human wrestlers. I don't think that'll ever go away, but they will have AI bots and robots doing wrestling as well. They'll be able to obviously take things to the next level, of course, and we'll enjoy that aspect of it. But we might get bored of the human wrestlers. But for me, I see them still like just evolving as well. So yes, we will definitely have the WWE. Whew. But anyways, guys, those are all the questions that I pulled up for you guys today. If you have any other questions in relation to things happening in the world over the next 25 years, please drop them in the comment section and we will get to you. But thank you guys so much for being here. Truly appreciate it. And until next time, guys, stay freaked out.